Hey everybody. We have had a fair amount of new subscribers and views and everything like that in the last couple months. This is kind of something for the newer viewers, for you guys. Little bit about myself. I started this whole YouTube channel for my grandson. He enjoyed watching tractors on YouTube and things like that, and he'd always point out motorcycles and things like that, and just for fun I made a couple videos for him for his birthday, and one thing led to another, and here we are today. Besides that, I have the best job in the world. I get to play with these things for a big portion of my years. Actually, it's a big portion of my life. And I truly enjoy farming. Even with all the breakdowns and stress and things like that, it's still a fun job. It is a passion. Motorcycles. They are a passion of mine. I love to ride motorcycles. I don't care what brand you have. I look at all motorcycles, love them to death. Motorcycles, trikes, you name it, I love them. I love tractors. And now granted, you're gonna see a lot of green here. And we are partial to John Deere, but I do like Case, Gleaner, New Holland, you name it. I thoroughly enjoy tractors and just the mechanical, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. And I just love what I do. It's not very often that you can create a YouTube channel, from nothing, and still have fun doing it. And I thoroughly enjoy making these videos for you guys. And everybody on YouTube says, oh, you got to have a niche, your niche. Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm just a little guy. I am a drop in a sea of ocean. It's ridiculous how small I am compared to a lot of these guys. You have super large farming YouTube channels, you have super large motorcycle YouTube channels, and I'm kind of combining them both. In the spring and in the fall, you see way more farming videos from me than you do motorcycles. In the summer and winter, you'll see more motorcycle videos than you will farming videos. So it's kind of like a seasonal thing for me. But during farm season, I do throw in a few motorcycle videos, and during, when I'm riding motorcycles, there are a few farming videos thrown in there. So I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of tour of the barn here, and maybe take you outside and kind of show you some of the equipment we use, kind of explain it roughly. I don't want this video to get too lengthy, so let's get started. This is our John Deere 6110M. It's our loader tractor. We use it for picking rocks out in the field. We switch the bucket out. We put a rock bucket on there. It is very nice to go around just scooping up rocks and shaking the rocks out. I'll show you the rock bucket later. We put forks on the front of this, and I load the seed tender and the planters and everything with this tractor as well, because of the seed totes that we deal with are like 2,000 pounds. In fact, that black box up there, that is an empty seed tote that we have. Hopefully probably in the next month, you're gonna start seeing seed delivery showing up here, and we are gonna have like 20 or 30 of those things stacked against this wall. But yeah, this is kind of our universal tractor. We kind of do a little bit of everything with this. We also maintain food plots and stuff with this tractor. This gets used year-round. I plow snow with it. Summertime we do food plots with it. In the springtime we're picking rocks and loading seed. In the fall we're using it to pull the head out of the mud or whatever it needs to be done. So this gets used year-round. This big boy is our tillage tractor. It's a 9410R. It's 410 horse. It is used for mainly in the spring for all our tillage. We pull the plow with it, we pull the disc with it, we put the field cultivator on it. It does all of our workhorse stuff. This is our workhorse. In the fall, we'll put the chisel plow on it and we'll do fall tillage with it as well. This is a very nice tractor. Everything we have has auto steer on it. That's what that yellow dot up on the roof, that is a globe that receives GPS signal down from satellites, tells you where you are in the field, and it keeps you on a straight line going through the field, so you don't even have to touch the steering wheel. It steers itself. Same with the planting tractor, same with the sprayer, same with the combine. They all steer themselves, except when you come to the end of the row, you have to manually turn or go around a tree or telephone pole or whatever. The combine's kind of hard to see here because it's tucked away in a corner with a camper in the front of it, but the combine we have here is an S670. This gets used only in the fall. We harvest beans. In the summertime, if we plant wheat, we'll use it for a couple weeks in the summertime. But for the most part, it collects dust probably 10 months out of the year. But this is a very nice machine. I love this machine. We recently bought this machine 2 years ago. It has all the creature comforts in the cab you can think of. I can adjust all the settings from the cab rather than getting out and manually adjusting them. It has a refrigerator in it. I spent a lot of hours in this machine in the fall. This is our 8430. This thing, I spent a lot of time in this tractor. We use this for light tillage work, such as disking, things like that, if we're running behind and we need another tractor on an implement. So this does a lot of the lighter tillage work for us, but its main purpose on the farm is to pull the planters. This is 100% my planting tractor. The planter only gets hooked to this tractor, and usually what we're doing is the big workhorse tractor is hooked to an implement. It's working ground in front of this tractor, and this tractor comes through and plants right behind it. We do use this tractor on the grain cart as well in the fall, but I spend a lot of hours in the cab of this tractor, and I mean a lot. And because it's still winter and we are tucked in, the barn still tight, this is our sprayer. It is a 4730 high wheel sprayer. The booms on it are 90 feet wide, and it holds 800 gallons of chemical or liquid water, because you mix water with chemicals. I'll get into that in a later video. But we normally spray right around that 10-mile-an-hour mark at 90 feet a pass, so we can cover a lot of ground quickly with this thing. All right, this is our planters. Planters, seeder, drill, whatever you want to call it. This is a John Deere 1990 air seeder. This uses fans to blow the seed through all these tubes. I know it's kind of dark in here. Through all these tubes to plant in the specific rows. This planter's 30 feet wide. That yellow tank right there is where all the seed goes. It holds enough seed to do about 50 to 60 acres at a time. It all depends on the rate that you're planting, but normally we can get about 60 acres per fill-up out of this thing. We have quite the row of implements here, so I think I'm just going to kind of start at one end and just work my way to the other end, I guess. We had a bit of an ice storm last night, so there's some ice on the stuff, but this is our fuel trailer. We fill this up with fuel. It holds 500 gallons of diesel fuel, and we hook it to the pickup truck and we drag it out to the field. That way we don't need to bring the equipment and everything back to the farm just to put fuel in it to take it back out to the field and work, because, you know, everything takes fuel. We've got flatbed trailer here. It needs work. We busted some lug nuts off of it trying to change a tire, but we use this for our spray tender. So when we're in our holly farms, which is a ways away, we can use this and the semi to haul water out to the sprayer rather than driving the sprayer back and forth. We have two hopper bottom trailers. We've got a Tempty and a Wilson. They're both aluminum trailers for hauling grain. This is that rock bucket I was mentioned earlier in the video that goes on the front of the tractor. These two pieces of equipment are called disc rippers. They have very long shanks on them that dig deeper into the ground than most of our equipment. This is for going through and busting up the hard pan underground to help for drainage and for your root structure of your plants. These don't get used a lot, but when they do, they're used. We've got the flatbed trailer for hauling a skid steer on, and our mini excavator. That's my seed tender wagon. I put all the seed in there and I take it out to the field, and then it's got a gas powered pump on it that augers the seed out of there into the planters. This is our chisel plow. This chisel plow is used. It's pulled by the big workhorse tractor. We use this mainly in the fall. I'm going to use it a little bit this spring. But mainly in the fall, when we have a wet fall and we're leaving ruts and everything in the field, we use this to level the ruts out so we can have a flatter field to work with in the springtime. This red piece of equipment is our disc. After you chisel plow a field, you go through and you hit it with the disc to level off your chisel plow marks. And behind the disc, we pull this thing, which is a rolling harrow, which we call it a crumbler. Those rolling baskets go through and they break up any big clumps or anything that the disc leaves, and it leaves a nice, smoother finish. After the disc, we go through the field with this big blue thing. This is what they call a field cultivator. This smooths the ground out very nicely, does a beautiful job. We actually just bought this last year, brand new, and I love it. I love it 100%. There's actually a few fields I used this in last year and never even discs. I just hit it with this and it was done. But behind this, we pull what they call a packer, a Colopacker, technically, and that is right here. This is what they call a packer. We pull that behind the field cultivator, and this actually rolls the ground out, makes it flat, smooth, level, and it's ready to be planted after this machine runs over it. This here's another chisel plow we have. This is a smaller chisel plow. The 8430 tractor that I plant with, we will pull this chisel plow behind that tractor on occasion when Mother Nature is making us run behind. But yeah, that's, for the most part, that's pretty much the farm tour. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. I love hearing from you guys. I read everybody's comments, and I personally comment back. It's not very often that the wife comments back, but on occasion she does. So I'd love to get a thumbs up from you guys. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and please leave a comment. How this all works, this YouTube works, is the algorithms. The more people that comment, the more people who like your video, the more YouTube pushes it out there. It's not all about the views. It's a combination of views, comments, likes, subscribers. It's a combination of everything that makes the algorithm work that pushes your YouTube channel out there and your YouTube video out there for other people to see. So every time you guys make a comment on a video or hit that like button, that helps that YouTuber out so he can be seen by more people. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys. We are going to have a lot of videos coming up here real quick. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.